Welcome back to week one. In the previous video, we create our Unity project and look at the basic layout, scene view, game view, and hierarchy, project, inspector, and console. And in this video, we will start adding actual objects into our scenes, and we will give them cladders and physics, write a very simple script that destroys an object when we click it, and then turn the object into a prefab so we can reuse it easily. And let's start by adding a simple square into our level 1 scenes. We will go to the 2D object, and the sprites, and square, and I will rename it to box so it's easier to recognize in hierarchy. And I will move it a little bit about the center so we can see it for later. Yes. And right now, this box is just a zero shaped. It doesn't collide with anything and it doesn't fall. To change that, we need to add some components. So we click Add Component. And in the search, we can search for box collider 2D. And this collider tells Unity where the box can bump into other things. So we can click this one to edit collider. Okay, that's right. Okay, next, we will add the rigid body 2D. Body 2D. And this makes the box respond to physics, so gravity will pull it down, and we will keep the default settings here. And now the box needs something to land on, and I will create another square from the 2D object and split and square and name it round. And I will stretch the X scale so it becomes a long platform, and I will place it below the box. Now change the X position. Okay. Then I add a box shader 2D to the ground, and but I don't add the rigid body, so I want the ground to stay fixed. And now let's write our first scripts. So I will create a new folder called scripts to keep our code organized. And inside this folder, and I will right click and choose the create the model behavior scripts and name it uh, click to destroy. And then we will double click the scripts to open it in our code editor. So here we can write a very small script. First at the top, we have using the Unity engine. So we can use the Unity's API, and then we define a public class called the click to destroy. Uh, and that and this one will inherit from mono behavior. So that just means these scripts can be attached to game objects in our sense. So instead, I will define a method uh, called almost done. It's called and define a method called almost done. And Unity calls this method automatically when we click on the object with our mouse. So in the almost done, yeah, we'll write one line. So its name destroy the game object. And this tells Unity to remove this object from the scenes when it's clicked. And I will save the script and go back to our Unity. So now we need to attach the scripts to our box. And I will select the box in the hierarchy to go to add components and search for click. And we have another method to add our scripts into the box. So we can drag it into the inspector. Okay, now let's test it. And I will press the play. Now we can see the box in the game view. And when we click on the box, and the almost done method runs, and the box is destroyed. And so with just a few lines of code, we have made our first interactive object. And next, let's turn this box into a prefab. Prefabs are the reusable templates for the game objects. In the project window under the sets, and we can create a new folder called the prefabs. And then I select box into the hierarchy and drag it into the prefab. And the Unity turns it into a blue prefab set. And now I can delete the box from the scenes and drag the prefab back into whenever I need it. And I can even drag multiple copies into the scenes. to create a several clickable box. And when we want to edit the prefab, we can double click the prefab and into it. This one, we can edit the attribute of the box. Okay, that's all for the video 2. In Make 2, we will build on this and create a player that can move, jump, and play with the collectible coins.